Hey, what's up? It's been a while. Yeah, and this time we're back in the Haters Club again. This one I believe is going to be pretty controversial. Yeah, because the topic of this Haters Club is Michael Bay. Now, before you get on my case, well, you're not really going to defend Michael Bay, are you? Kinda, yeah, I am. Because I think that Michael Bay understands who he is. Let me rewind back a bit. So, when Transformers came out, the first movie came out, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie, and it kind of made you want to see the sequel. But then the sequel came out, and you know how I feel about it, because I put it in my disappointing movies list. It was like, oh, I don't really want to see another one. But, you know, the third movie came out, I was like, alright, might as well finish the trilogy and finish it to the end. So I watched it. It was okay. Not as dumb as the second one, but not as good and as the first one. And also, people had already begun to turn on Michael Bay. Well, they had turned on him before, but the thing was that I feel about Michael Bay is that he knows who he is, and he has made no apologies for it. He's even made fun of it. What I mean is, he's the action movie guy. He's the summer blockbuster guy. The one who, if you want a lot of action, explosions, stuff like that, he's your guy. He's the director you want. And he knows this. I think he knows this, and he does not care what people think. If people critique him or talk crap about him, I don't think he cares one bit, because his movies have made over $1 billion, I think, at least. And nobody can be that bad of a director and make that much money in the movies. Look at Uwe Boll. He's known as being a horrible director too, but his movies don't make this kind of money. And so, to Michael Bay's credit, he knows who he is. He plays with strength, which is the action movie, the summer blockbuster. And like I said, he's even made fun of it. I saw several years ago, there was a Verizon commercial. He was part of it. And all it was, I'm Michael Bay. I demand things to be awesome. And explosions. And awesome pool. Boom, explosion. Awesome barbecue. Boom, explosion. Big fireball explosions. He knows who he is. He knows the critiques and all that stuff, and he just does not care. And I can at least respect that he's honest and upfront about, hey, yeah, I'm the summer blockbuster guy, but you know what? You're still going to watch my movies. And we have watched his movies. And so with the new Ninja Turtles movie coming out, he wasn't even directing this one, he was producing, and people were all on his case about, he's ruining our childhood once again. First Transformers and now Ninja Turtles. Oh, our childhood is... And you know what? I'm getting really tired of hearing that. I got really tired of people, even a couple of my own family members. And I told them, please don't say this. Please don't say your childhood is ruined. He's not ruining your childhood, alright? He's not going back in time to when you were a kid and snapping all your Ninja Turtle action figures, or breaking and burning your Transformers, comics or action figures, things like that. He's not doing that. He's not going back in time and beating the crap out of you with a Ninja Turtle, with one of those shell razor toys in your head. He's not beating you with them. He's just taking something from the past, from our childhood, and trying to reimagine it now. If it sucks, then you can just say, hey, the movie sucks. They try to remake something from our childhood, and it sucked. That you could legitimately say. You definitely say that about the second Transformers movie. They took something from people's childhood, and it made it suck. So, to me, Transformers wasn't that big of a part of my childhood, but Ninja Turtles definitely was. And I was more upset about the fact that April O'Neil was going to be played by Megan Fox. And you know why? Because April O'Neil's a cool character, and Megan Fox has always been like the sex symbol character. She's always been sexy and things like that. Like Jennifer's Body, or even the first two Transformers movies. So I was more upset about that, but I was like, I was like apprehensive. I don't know if she can do it. I don't know if she's got the acting ability. I don't know if she can pull off the cool character thing. And that's the thing, though. Part of the thing about Michael Bay is that he can direct and he can do good movies. The first Transformers movie is a good movie. And let me point to Exhibit B of him directing a good movie, The Rock. Yeah, that was a Michael Bay movie, in case you didn't know. Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, Ed Harris. Those are solid actors. You know, say what you will about, you know, Nicolas Cage being spazzy and crazy, but he's a good actor. And so you can't expect a performance in the level of Ed Harris or, you know, Sean Connery or Nicolas Cage from a Shia LaBeouf. Okay? I know I've picked on Shia LaBeouf in a couple of my videos, but, you know, I don't really like his acting. You know, he's a screamer. That's all he is. He screams a lot. Look at the 3 Transformers movie. He does so much screaming, and you know, and even in Eagle Eye, the other movie I saw of his, he's a screamer in that one too. It's like, no, you suck. But yeah, I think the blame for Michael Bay. Look at some of the movies that he has directed that are good, and you'll see that he can direct. And even in The Rock, there wasn't a bunch of gigantic explosions. Now there were a few explosions, but they were kind of necessary. And the scene where they were flushing out, you know, Nicolas Cage's character and Sean Connery's character. Also, the only big explosion was done accidentally in the movie. So I think people give Michael Bay too much crap, and now he's directing Ninja Turtles, and people are still giving him crap. They don't talk about, you know, Steven Spielberg. He was the one who produced the Transformers movies, and he was the one that got Megan Fox fired from the third one. Whether you like that or not, you know, the person they brought in, you know, she wasn't all that great either. But, you know, people don't talk crap about Steven Spielberg, but you say, yeah, but Steven Spielberg has proven himself as the director. Yeah, so did George Lucas, but you turned on him as soon as Episode 1 came out. And now that Michael Bay is producing the TMNT movie, you're not talking about the director. You go straight to Michael Bay. He's producing this. That means the movie's going to suck. I mean, you know, I do watch other YouTube channels. You know, the Nostalgia Critic. He talked about The Purge, and he was like, "Oh, it's by Michael Bay." I think it was produced by Michael Bay again. Oh, no wonder this movie is stupid. It's like, no, don't think that a movie automatically sucks just because somebody you don't like is producing or has any involvement in the movie. You know, to judge the movie as a whole. And I think Bay definitely gets a lot of crap that's undeserved. And, you know, again, he understands who he is. Just like M. Night Shyamalan is the twist ending guy. He's the twist ending guy. And so you go into it expecting the twist ending, and some of them are good, like in people talk about The Sixth Sense. I'm going to do one better. I think Unbreakable is a better twist ending and a better movie. So that's a recommendation, by the way. Go watch Unbreakable. It's a good movie. But Michael Bay is the summer blockbuster guy. He's the big explosions. You know, he does the childish humor sometimes. And, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All directors and producers have things that are their calling cards. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, you know, there's no reason to say that, oh, Ninja Turtle is going to suck only because Michael Bay is somehow attached to it. And I think that's garbage. That's a bad argument to make. The movie could be really good. I actually plan on watching this Ninja Turtles movie coming out when I get a chance. I'm going to be busy, so I probably won't be able to for quite some time. But I don't know if I'll do a review of it. If you want me to do a review, tell me in the comments. But I think it's time we give Michael Bay the benefit of the doubt, saying, hey, he knows who he is. He does his job well for the most part. And so I think that Michael Bay can direct, and I'm trying to see, I think he can produce. I mean, producing is more like you're financing the movie, from what I know about it, from what I've read. I don't know anything about producing and directing movies. What do I know? But I do know that I think certain people just have a negative connotation to when you say their name, and Michael Bay is one of them. But I think he can direct from what I've seen, and as a producer, who knows, this Ninja Turtles movie may be great. Give Jonathan Leesman credit for directing it, and give Michael Bay credit for producing it. That's the thing. People don't want to give Michael Bay credit for when he does well. Look at, again, The Rock. People don't want to say, oh, look how well it was directed. No. You got to give credit for all around if it's all good. And that movie is. So, give the Ninja Turtles movie a chance. I've seen plenty of commercials for it. It looks funny and action-packed. And I do like some of the camaraderie, the brotherhood of the Turtles, and that's what I've been wanting to see from the commercials. That's what I'm getting, and I hope it's good. I will watch it when I can, and if it's good, I will say what parts are good and what parts are bad. If it sucks all around, I'll come on here and say, yeah, you guys were all right, Michael Bay sucks ass, alright? Michael Bay just sucks. If he screws this one up as a producer and Jonathan Leesman as a director. So that's my thoughts on Michael Bay. Well, what do you think? Do you hate Michael Bay? Do you think he's okay? Do you have no real strong opinions about the guy? Let me know in the comments. And I got a couple more videos coming up. There's a big event coming on television this week, so I have to talk about it. Until then, later.